education. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design. Take a computer course. Learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Don't be surprised if your kids seem bored when they have some time off from school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. While kids may not miss the confinement of the classroom, they may miss the routine of the school day. Help them add some structure to those free days by planning special projects. Rearrange a bedroom, plan a family meal, increase that batting average, and keep it fun.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Eric Strickland and two-time Nebraska Football National Champion Lester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Eric Strickland. And two-time Nebraska Football National Champion, Lester Johnson.
Welcome into We Talk Facts. It is another Thursday evening, and it is Thirsty Thursday. I don't have my Thirsty Thursday drink, but I will go get it in the next segment. I see my boy. I knew my boy was going to come with it. I know he was going to be ready for us here on We Talk Facts. Thank you once again for chiming in to We Talk Facts. Lester Johnson, two-time national champion E. Strick here, as well as our partner in crime and on the board, our guy, our friend, our boy. What's up, Harrison?
Doing great, Strick.
You all
It's
right?
nice Thursday night. I mean, Thursdays are my Fridays, so I'm always in a good mood on my Thursday nights.
No doubt. A lot of stuff going on in here tonight. We've got the Christmas party where a lot of, if you're around the 11th and O location, be happy to stop by. We've got some snacks and some food and some libations, and guys are out there chopping it up with those who work with, sponsor, as well as do some coordination with us here at 93.7 The Ticket. We've got DP as well as Rico out at the National Championship Final Four.
Yeah, about an hour on the way here.
We're about to get it done soon. So a lot going on right now, but we're going to get into it. Class, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. It's a very festive time of the year. I feel like everywhere I go, the lights are out, people are in the spirit, and quite a few people are like done working. Like next week and these next few weeks, people the streets are going to be filled with people not working and buying presents, and it's just kind of a cool time of the year. It's a cool time of the year where people are just kind of in the spirit of the holidays.
Yeah, I was definitely in the spirit when Myers Cork and Bottle was just in here tapping in on some of that. I'm telling you, I'm going to get a glass in the next segment. Class, we're going to get into it because the NBA right now is dealing with the Draymond Green experience. And when I say that, there's some that have come in before him. We've got enforcers that we called them back in the day. Then we've had some problem children, and you look at Rasheed Wallace, you look at what he kind of became, and Dennis Rodman, just how things transpired with him, and then all of a sudden, you also had Meta World Peace, and then you had the Malice in the Palace. You had all of that, but at the end of the day, Draymond Green kind of finds himself becoming that guy of this era. Now has been suspended indefinitely. What do you see going forward, and how do we get here? Like was the timing on this from Adam Silver? I know it was necessary, it needed to be done, but is the timing on this years late, seasons late? What is your thought on this, and how do we get here to Draymond Green now becoming the pariah of the NBA as far as how he's dealing with on and off the court issues with other players?
Let me throw some more names in there. How about Bill Laimbeer? How about Rick Mahorn?
Mm-hmm.
How about Charles Oakley? Right?
Yeah.
This is not new, Strick. This is not new. But one of the things that you will hear a common theme, and that's about the old NBA versus the new NBA. The image that they're trying to portray in this new era doesn't coincide with how the NBA used to be. Like, we can go back and look at some of those films, like even before the Malice in the Palace, quote unquote, they would use the word thug, right? Thuggish. And sometimes that can have a very negative connotation on a group of people. So you got to be very, very careful on how you use some of these terms. But listen, obviously you and I are very old school, right? And I like Draymond Green. I mean, I like his style of play and what he does. Now, when you put someone's health in danger, when you have the potential to injure somebody and they're going to be out or they can't take care of their families, I mean, then you're going too far. But some of the talking and maybe just the pushing, just letting people know, F around and find out, around, I don't mind that in the NBA. And I can't even think of another guy that's comparable to Draymond right now.
That's what's crazy, because I think he would have been tested, chin checked, or somebody would have went back at him, back in the old school day. It wouldn't have been like you would have did that to like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he would have hit you with a Bruce Lee, karate chop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, guys like Tom Janovich got dropped with the 2-piece chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? So You know, you've got things like that happened back in the day. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna say this: I personally don't like it. I don't like that they're making this a deal, but I understand in the fact that they probably have advertisers and they have a certain image that they want to uphold when it comes to kids watching and even the youth who play basketball. Because one of the things you notice, Eric, is everything that happens in the NBA or even in college per se, kids emulate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, like there's one that I see right now. If you get dunked on, if you do something, people do that. They do this, or they do that. They do that right there.
Yeah,
They do that like you too small for me. So I can understand why the NBA is cracking down, but still, I'm just saying I like you have to have a yin and a yang to everything. You can't just have this whole purity thing going on in the NBA. That's not exciting. Listen, I guarantee you, Sports Center, they did a whole special on this, right? Ratings go up to talk about this kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, I think it's good for ratings. I think it's good to just discuss it. You can even see some of the guys who, that are chirping back. He's making some people talk back about his style of play. So we need the yin and the yang, Strick. We need it. We need it.
Yeah. One of the things is that you look right now at the franchise. Is it a hindrance? And I want to ask Harrison about this as well, because he's now in this new area. He's got a chance to watch the dynasty of Golden State, come up and where they've come from. And he's been an integral part of that. You know what I mean? So, do you see it trying to be a spark? Because here's what I say, right? They're in a quagmire right now, because right now there's trying to figure out what's going on with Klay Thompson. He hasn't been playing up to his level of performance over, his career and his years. They're not really getting out of Wiggins what they had got out of him before they touched him with the big bag. Obviously they moved on from Jordan Poole, and Draymond then secures another 4-year, $100 million deal. So you've got all of that going on. Steph Curry, Golden State is one of the biggest and most prized franchises right now in the NBA, but they're not playing up to that level. So is this kind of a spark thing? Is this kind of like to make and pave the way to open the door for like Kuminga? They really need Kuminga to emerge. Is this kind of like maybe a situation where it could be beneficial to them, or is it more of a hindrance and a hurt to the organization and the franchise? Harrison, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like really doing anything to necessarily help the franchise. I mean, you can still set the tone defensively and not get ejections, get yourself thrown out of the game. You look at PJ Tucker. He's getting 0 points. He's still out there playing every night, playing great defense. That's his role. They need him to just be more efficient. Like, he's still a great player, one of the best help defenders in the league still. It's not like he's a bad player or anything. You need him out there on the court. I think it's just him getting frustrated. Like you said, the Warriors right now, they're in a little bit of a funk. The turnover situation, it's always been a problem for the Warriors, but now you're at a point that your defense isn't as elite on top of it. So you're turning the ball over a lot. You're not playing as great a defense as you used to be. And you're just out of sync. Wiggins, you kind of talked about, they've benched him late in the fourth quarter in games. Like, they're, for whatever reason, not getting the same production out of him. And of course, Chris Paul situation, just nothing's clicking right now for the Warriors at all. And I don't know if he's trying to get some energy injected into that team, but a blind right-handed hook to Nurkic isn't going to help anything. I don't like the route.
This ain't UFC, my boy. That would have been a good spinning back fist in UFC, but this is the NBA, so it's a little different letter usage for the 3 letters.
Are you guys buying anything about this being against, in particular, about European players? I feel like that's just coincidental. Like, I think that's getting blown up by the media. I don't think he's targeting.
No, I think anybody could have got that smoke.
Exactly.
If it would have been there at that time. Go ahead, Cliff.
I want to add something. Just like any dynasty, right? What goes up is eventually going to come down. This dynasty is not going to last forever. It's amazing that Steph Curry, this is his 14th year. Like, when you think about that, I mean, these guys are now kind of getting up in age.
Right.
And I think they have to start looking at, can they get one or two missing pieces that can help this current team? I won't be surprised here in the next few years that they're going to start to maybe try to start over, turn this roster over a little bit. They had to get rid of Jordan Poole because obviously they valued Draymond a lot more than him, and that chemistry had been destroyed, obviously, from the incident that they had. But I just think what we're seeing is the end of a dynasty. It's coming to an end. Draymond, obviously he's when you do things like that, you're obviously very frustrated. He's never been super athletic in the first place. Like,
right.
It's sort of like a Bill Laimbeer. Like, Bill Laimbeer kind of did some of these little dirty things to get you out of your game or to strike some fear into you. And I just think that's part of Draymond's game. It's like he wants you to kind of fear him. He wants you to be tentative around him because it gives him an advantage. But, obviously he's kind of gone too far with it.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mind it as long as you're not jeopardizing someone else's career, because it's giving us something to talk about. And I'm okay with that.
Let's move on to a different topic right now, because we're also going to talk today about obviously the quarterback situation that's going on here at Nebraska. We're definitely going to delve into that. Cluster, being a former Husker, has also dealt with experience in the transfer portal and what that looks like and the different type of conversations that are going on. He would be able to give us a little bit of insight on that. But let's move on and talk about the Detroit Pistons right now. A pretty storied franchise, obviously going back to Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys and what they were been able to build, and then Chauncey Billups. And I'd spoken earlier about one of the most underrated players that came in was Ben Wallace. He came in my draft class, and Ben Wallace, who helped to solidify also with Tayshaun Prince and Rip Hamilton, and that crew just had a nice little run themselves as well. And then, now find themselves as the doo-doo brown, the bottom feeders, the shrimp and crab of the NBA.
Yeah, only 2 wins so far.
They're at the bottom, scraping all they're scraping all the trash off the bottom of the ocean of the NBA. Right now, they're at, is it 20? Is it Harrison 21 games?
Yeah, so it's 2 and 22. I want to say is the record right now. Let me double check, but they won 2 out of their first 3, and they've lost every single game since.
So, I've been on a losing team. I know what it feels like, and I understand what it's like when that streak hits, and it's like a snowball sometimes. And we want to talk. What I want to talk about is, how does this happen, and then what it takes to get out of it. And it's something that they're missing as to why they're stuck in the mud. They're stuck in quicksand, and they're sinking very fast. Do you want you got something you wanted to touch? Go ahead.
I'm just ready to chime in because I got a good feel on this one.
Yeah.
All right. They're 2 and 22, just for context. So they are sitting 2 and 22, bottom of the East.
I'm gonna say this: everything starts at the top. I'm gonna say that, and Joe Dumars was a pretty significant part of that franchise, and I know he's now since moved on to the home office of the NBA. He's doing some other things now, but they went to the conference championship 7 years in a row with Joe Dumars, and they won a championship. And again, it all to me starts with leadership. If you are making poor moves at the top with your roster, it goes. It has not, to me. Yes, coaches and players have to take a big part of the responsibility. But I'm gonna tell you, the chemistry of the team and how it's supposed to be molded goes even above that. We can even look at Trev Alberts, right? Look at Trev. People who preceded him obviously did a poor job of putting the correct people in place to get the program back in place and having the correct goals and having the goals in place and everybody having the right vision. That's obviously not going on in Detroit. I just think the loss of Joe Dumars has been kind of the demise of that old school bad boy mentality that they used to have, because
that's hard work mentality. They was a grinder. Yeah.
They had Chauncey Billups, like you said, they had Rip Hamilton. They had guys that kind of embodied who they were.
Mm-hmm. And the city. And the city.
Yeah. And that thing is gone now. That's gone. They got to go back. They got to go back to that.
I also I want to take into account. I remember coming on to an organization that didn't have a lot of veteran leadership, and it kind of started, I would say, with the Roy Tarpley situation, where unfortunately, I mean, one of the most gifted foremen that I'd had the privilege of seeing, and then with the addiction and stuff like that, then all of a sudden you lose that piece. Then you trade away some of your mainstays in the runs that you had with Derek Harper and Mark Aguirre, who obviously goes up and becomes a bad boy. And then, then also you had Rolando Blackman and that crew, and it kind of disseminated, which was that staunch winning mentality. And then you go young and you're able to acquire multiple high-level first-round draft picks. You have Jamal Mashburn, you have Jamin Jackson, you have Jason Kidd, but it's a young crew with no leadership, like Popeye Jones. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have no veterans that just really was able to take those young men by the reins and show them the ropes, right? So to them, it gets a point, I think, Sibo, where this young crew, because I remember being in the elevators with those group with that team, and we would get our butts kicked by a team, and then the next thing you know, they're worried about where we're going and smiling and giggling and laughing, and I'm over here like, what y'all smiling and laughing for? Y'all just got y'all butts handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And so I can see, because here's why. I've also seen that pattern in Houston. Houston had a very just young, very athletic and talented and all of that, but couldn't put it together. And then now you go and get out a nice coach who has leadership qualities, and then you bring some veteran presences down there. With that team, you have Van Vliet, and then you have
you can throw
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
you have those guys, because see, Dylan Brooks learned from, guess who? Steven Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Adams took that young Memphis squad and just kind of was that leader in that group, because everybody, what it is. That's kind of what he's brought to them down there. So you got a Udoka, you've got a great now coach, someone to help to lead the charge of that group, and you see them doing a lot better. I just don't see that that's the case right now up in Detroit, and I think that's probably part of their downfall. That leadership is missing.
Yeah.
You see anything with that? You understand where I'm going with that, Harrison?
Yeah, well, it looks like they just expected Monty Williams to take over and be all the leadership for that roster, because you got a young guy in Cade Cunningham, who I'm not out on yet, but like Killian Hayes, I think at this point he's not turning out the way you would hope to. Hindsight being 2020, Halliburton would have helped a lot, especially watching what he's doing now on the Pacers.
You thought you would get more out of Jaden Duren.
Yeah, he's been okay. And then James Wiseman, you spent a lot of picks on trying to get James Wiseman. And at that point in his career, it already wasn't great. His stats are kind of indicating he wasn't the player you maybe thought he was going to be, but they still spend the capital. And you talk about, now you got Monty Williams, your 21 game losing skid here. You're near the edge of breaking the record, but the 76ers have with 26 losing game skid. It's just, you got a bunch of young players. You made some bad trades to get James Wiseman, and then you just took Monty Williams, putting a Band-Aid, thinking that he could develop that entire roster when it wasn't a good roster to begin with. They just, a lot of bad acquisitions. It's weird to say, but it's a team that, for as young as they are, they almost might have to blow it up again, or just keep tanking out until they get some real prospects, because the roster they have right now, they're young, but they're not like other young rosters out there where I see a lot of promise.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of hunger, like it's right now. It's about, paperwork.
You can see it like at the end of the
body
games,
language.
like really watch the end of their games.
Yeah.
They're even zooming in on it now because it's just every single face. It's a big sigh. It doesn't even look like they believe they can win those games anymore. And they got a tough schedule. Spurs are going to be one of their best chances to hopefully get a win here. But if they can't get that one in the upcoming week here, like it's going to be a long year for the Pistons.
Well, there it is. Go ahead, Sibo.
Again, I just feel like a guy like Joe Dumars would not have allowed this to happen. I'm just saying. To me, it just goes back to that. I was just listening to Harrison talk about all the acquisitions. I mean, and all the young talent on paper that seemed like it was really good. I think a good GM knows what fits. You can't just throw a bunch of good names in a hat and think it's going to work. Like, you have to know talent, what their strengths are, personality types, all of that. The good GMs know, they do their research. They don't just they don't just get players. They do their extensive research, and there's levels to it, baby. There's levels.
Well, there it is. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the quarterback situation here at Nebraska. So much promise was looking at just a few days ago. It was so much promise, and then all of a sudden the bottom seems to have fallen out. And we're going to get into it, talk a little bit more in detail. We're WTF, We Talk Facts. We'll be right back. 937 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
It's Teddy Bear Toss Night at the Icebox this Friday night as the Lincoln Stars host the Tri-City Storm at 7:05. Bring a teddy bear to the game and toss it on the ice after the Stars score their first goal of the game. All bears will be donated to community action to benefit local children in need this holiday season. Purchase your tickets now for Teddy Bear Toss Night at LincolnStars.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Become a member of the YMCA today and enjoy access to all 4 Lincoln locations. Free group fitness classes along with member pricing for the whole family on youth programs such as swimming, dance, and basketball. The YMCA even offers free health assessments to kickstart your workout. Start the new year off right as a member of the YMCA and enjoy no initiation fees through the end of the month. For a list of locations and to join, visit ymcalincoln.org. The YMCA, for a better us.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Back on We Talk Facts, he's Strick here. Clester Johnson, remote today. Had to make a nice little trip, and we thank you for joining us here on We Talk Facts every Thursday, 6 to 7 right here. Harrison Arns on the 1-2s. We got a nice little event going on here. You know, a lot of our sponsors and people that we work with and some food. And
it's a nice vibe in there. It's cozy. Shout out to whoever decorated the place. I can't remember who we hired out for it, but the Christmas decorations in here. It's got a nice feel. Helps that Nebraska volleyball right now is currently up in the first set versus Pitt. So it's good time to be a Husker right now. Cozy at the Ticket Studios. Yeah, Cluster, you're missing out. It's a good time back here.
They got some nice cocktails over there now that the mill has it's done an upgrade. The mill is now chapping in on Thursday themselves. You can go over there and get your little something. If you happen to be in the area, you're welcome to stop by, say hi, walk by, and wave at us right here on 11th and O.
Yeah, real quick though, that's gonna be long Thursdays. You got the mill, and then you got Kevin Meyer. That's back to back.
Yeah,
you left Austin back there solo one day. I was like, man, I might have to help him with a few beverages here.
You had my partner, my poor partner, Austin over there was tore out the frame yesterday. Yeah, they tore him off the frame yesterday. But no, nonetheless, hey, listen, we're gonna get into it. Clester Johnson, it was looking very promising. It was looking really promising. Kyle McCord came in here. Seemed like it might have been a good opportunity to land a solid quarterback out of the Big Ten with an 11-1 record. Has very good processing. Some of the things that we talked about with quarterbacks is their ability to process and make decisions and not turn the ball over, which we know that Nebraska quarterbacks have had a major problem with over the years of recent years, probably the last 5 years or more. And we missed. It looks like now he has decided to forego his opportunity. And why I thought it was so important, because I thought we had a chance to get a 2-for-1. You know, we need a number one. We need a wide receiver one. I think the receivers that we have in the group, in the room, you being a former wingback receiver here at Nebraska, the room looked just there's a bunch of guys that are okay. They're good. Mm-hmm. They're still young. They're trying to develop and grow.
With injuries on top of it too.
Yeah, with injuries,
the depth wasn't really there to begin with.
Yeah, so we needed I think a wide receiver one, another Trey Palmer-ish type. You know what I mean? Even though he came out the woodworks, but we needed somebody with that, and I thought we would have been able to get McCord and possibly Fleming. but we end up missing on McCord. Therefore, there's no way Fleming is coming. So no, we missed on that. And it looks like another receiver that they were trying to go after, Demas. Is it Demas? No, they were tracking a player. His name is, I think it's Demas. He was a 5-star. I just had him up. Demond Demas. Yeah, that's it. Demond Demas. He was a 5-star. Went to Texas A&M, got into a little bit of trouble. But it looks like he might have decided to cancel his trip as well to come out here, which, obviously it would have been a second chance type of situation for him. But now Dylan Raiola, because Kalen, who is a Bellevue West alum like us, went up to Michigan State to take another look now that they're looking elsewhere and looking at other options. Plus, being that you've had, sons that have, found their way into the transfer portal, and, what's that process like, and what are some of the conversations, what type of things would lead somebody to maybe say, you know what, is it the competition of it? Is it an NIL potential situation that maybe didn't come through right? What are some of the things, because we don't know, we haven't been in those discussions, but what are some of the things that could lead this type of situation to happen? Because right now, all of the eggs are in the basket of Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, I would just say each kid's situation is different. All family situations are different. So we don't know what's going on at home, right? We really don't know what's driving anything, because one part of the transfer portal that I didn't see coming was a guy having a pretty successful year and then going into the portal. So like Kyle McCord, he only lost one game, right?
Yeah. And the word out there, class, is they love him at Ohio State. Like Marvin Harrison, wins the top receiver award, and they love him. I mean, they seem to really have a good feel for him being the leader of their. What would make somebody jump out of that? So you're right. Go ahead.
Well, you would think he would come back and say, most guys, listen, we're coming back to win a championship. We only lost one game. We're going to end up in a big bowl game. They're going to go to a New Year's Six bowl game. Hey, we got some real key players that, we can build around. And it usually starts with the quarterback. But I did not see him going into the portal. I really didn't, off of a 11-1, 12-1 team. And so that's what's kind of changed. I don't know what his motives are, because like you just said, you heard the word out is that he's a good guy. A lot of people like him. So something drove him to leave. I mean, I don't know what it is. So let's talk about some of the situations I've been in. So Cade, who's currently with the Seahawks on their practice squad, when he went into the portal, he had won All-American. 3 years, freshman All-American, and then 2-time first-team All-American as a player at the FCS level. Okay, so then COVID hit, and if COVID didn't hit, he probably would have went to a school. But COVID hit, and he was trying to figure out, hey, listen, I have 3-year All-American. I'm getting all of this love from these agents in the NFL. What pushed him over the edge was he got an invite to the Senior Bowl, right? So he's like, well, listen, if I get an invite to the Senior Bowl, that's basically saying NFL teams are interested in me. So I'm going to go straight there. But if that wasn't the case, it would have been very similar to like a Samori Toure, who came from like a Montana, then he went to Nebraska to enhance his stock. Trey Palmer was at LSU. He was behind a few guys who were really good, so he didn't get great shine. His previous years there, Mickey Joseph comes to say, hey, listen, come here, I'm going to feature you here. And look what happened to him. He ends up getting drafted, and he's having a pretty good year. So let's talk about this situation, Strick. What made Kyle McCord say, I'm gonna look at Nebraska, and we even seen these deals where he already got an NIL deal, right? I heard he got an NIL deal from Honda of Lincoln or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we saw that. So what made Cal McCord? So I'm going to speculate right now. I'm going to speculate on what made him say no. Either you find out that the coach is actively recruiting other people to compete against you. You know, maybe he want to go somewhere and say, I want a guaranteed spot. Like I'm not trying to compete against anybody. I was the starter at Ohio State. I need to go to a spot where I'm the man. You know, sort of like what we did, what he did with Jeff Smith this year. I think when Jeff Smith came here, we were thinking that he was going to be the man, but he ended up.
You mean Sims? I'm sorry.
Sims, yeah. It's Jeff Sims, right?
Okay, yeah.
Jeff Sims. Okay. Didn't I say that? Did I say Jeff Sims?
You said Smith.
Okay. Sorry. I meant to say Sims.
Yeah.
So when Jeff Sims came, he was obviously guaranteed the starting position.
Yeah.
And that's why Casey Thompson left, right?
Yeah.
So Casey Thompson was the man. So he goes in the portal because he knows that there's another guy coming in to replace him. So Cal McCord, I think listen, I don't need some 5-star kid also coming in, and let's just say I don't do real well. Everybody's going to be calling for this guy. Everybody's going to be calling for this guy to replace me, right? And I just think that coming off of a team, also you factor in the fact that Nebraska was 5-7. They haven't been to a bowl game in 7-8 years. I think once he started to factor all of the information in that he's learned, he's probably saying to himself, listen, I want to be in a better situation.
Yeah.
I want to go to a team that's got a well-established culture, and I'm the missing piece to take them to the national championship, right?
Okay.
And I think he's looking more for that versus a rebuilding situation. Because if he comes here next year, you know, can he take him to a bowl? Yes, but I think he's looking for a little bit more than that.
Than the bowl.
Because he's already been in a very successful situation.
Harrison, before we go to the break, you have a thought on it?
Yeah, I would just love to know what the conversations were. Like, I don't think it's Matt Rule to promise a spot. I don't think that's it. I hope it's not a situation where there was competition and suddenly he's scared of the competition, because if that's the case, I don't really want him here regardless. If he doesn't want to deal with competition, could be a thing with NIL money, simply dried up as well. You got to imagine Dylan Raiola pops back in the picture out of nowhere. That NIL money isn't infinite. You can try to gather it, but I mean, it's January 2nd. It's kind of the due date for these portal players. So you'd have to come by that money pretty quick. So it honestly could have been as simple as a money thing. You know, maybe he's talking to other schools that are going to have a bigger bag for him that he can secure. But yeah, the way it seems, something with the Raiola situation is the best way I can read it, because that's when it switched. Like, it seemed like all surefire until we had more breaking news about the number 1 recruit in the 2024 class possibly opening back up, maybe coming to Nebraska. So to me, like, at some point between him reopening back his commitment and looking at Nebraska, whatever there was conversation between there, I would love to know what it is, but it could be money, could be a competition thing. Because again, I don't think it's Matt Rule to promise spots. So that's kind of what I'm down to. NIL, or you don't want to deal with competition.
Well, we definitely don't know, but I'll tell you this: if I'm Rule and the coaching staff, I'm doing whatever I can to get Brock Purdy, and then to have Daniel Caitlin stay at this point, because you don't want to have all your eggs in that basket. And it's possible that Dylan Raiola, who he's popped his head up like a whack-a-mole over here, popped his head like a whack-a-mole over there, and now Georgia's kind of in play, and it's a risk. It's a high risk of possibility of whether he comes and has a success or not. I want competition, because I think it enhances the growth, the best out of everybody that's involved.
We didn't have it this offseason.
But it wasn't there. And so I'm definitely at this point, you need a backup plan just to make sure that if it falls down, because this can set your program back about 4 years, I think, minimum, because if you're trying to rely on a freshman, I mean, I think we've seen that before with the Martinezes, you know, and, you know, with Adrian and with the other Martinez, Taylor.
Yeah. Well, look at LSU and Jaden Daniels this year. Like how far back, like how bad would LSU be and how far away would they be from the recruits if they didn't have a quarterback in Jaden Daniels? Like it still make them extremely competitive just because their offense could compete. But if they didn't have him, that would be an ugly LSU team. It would be hard to recruit for.
No question about
it. What we got on time, Harrison?
We got to throw it the break here. So if you got any quick comments, we can get to it. But otherwise, we're up to our break.
Yeah, I'm going to just say this. What I don't like is wishy-washy portal players. And I don't like Dylan Raiola. Like he has, from his inception, it hasn't been good. I don't know if I would even want him, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
too wishy-washy.
A lot of wishy-washy. It's risky. It's risky business out here, and he ain't Tom Cruise. It's risky business. So that's just what I'll say about it. We'll take a quick break. We'll bring it back right here to finish it off on WTF We Talk Facts because the women's volleyball team is getting it done. We'll talk about them and hopefully getting the success there when we get back. We Talk Facts.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
'Tis the season to get the gift of Kawasaki Good Times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. We'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is offering some huge holiday discounts from now until January 2nd. On select new Chevrolet vehicles, we are offering $8,000 off MSRP or 1.9% financing. Yes, you heard right. That's $8,000 off or 1.9% financing on select new Chevrolets. We also have some huge discounts on our new GMC inventory, so stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. Includes finance, trade, and Costco bonus with roof credit. Stock number C2999464.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln.
If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
I had to partake, Clester, in the vittles. Tasty. Y'all missed it. If y'all was down here, y'all could have came on in the building and got on in these vittles. These vittles is popping. Nice little what is it? The dip, spinach dip.
Oh, there you go.
That spinach dip is fire.
That
spinach dip is fire. Hey, but listen, Huskers is off to a great start, up 1-0 against Pitt. Pitt, one of the most explosive offensive teams that's in the Final Four. And I'm telling you, when I'm watching this game, the Husker ladies are pinning everything and blocking everything and putting it down. And so right now, they're up by 1, 5-4 in the second set. So we're hoping for these Lady Huskers to get it done. And it could have been a big weekend. Right now, it's kind of off to a slow start, but the Husker men, the basketball team, have to go over and face Kansas State this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think Austin is going to go down there and hang out with them as well. Shout out to the Lady Huskers. My mind's drawn a blank.
Amy Williams, or
freshman of the week for the third time.
Oh, just
gosh darn it!
Let me look it up. We can't do that to the Husker.
Oh
Women's.
yeah, Natalie Potts.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Natalie Potts. Shout out to Natalie Potts as well. Cluster. John Cook's got them rolling, man. They're young. What is your thought? Let me just ask this real quick before we go, because we got about 5 minutes. Do you think something like what happened with the Huskers this year, the setup at Memorial Stadium, can propel a team or an organization into just, kind of glue them together, something in that magnanimous that happens in your program? Because that's something that can kind of just, set the wheels rolling and just kind of catch the wave and just start getting it cracking.
Obviously, it doesn't hurt, but what that game was able to do is just show you the fan base and the love of Husker women's volleyball. I mean, do I want to put them on the same level as Nebraska football? I mean, it's hard for me to say that, but I'm going to tell you what, right now, they're the ones that's kind of keeping the state together in this region in regards to something to cheer for, in regards to sports peers. The ladies are doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. They're a champ. They've been a championship level caliber teams for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Even when you make it to the Elite Eight is unacceptable for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty good for most of the teams to make it to the Final Eight. And but to answer your question, I'm gonna say no, because I just think that they
built
even
like
if they didn't have that, I consider them the Alabama, Georgia. I mean, who else you want to throw? Ohio State, Michigan of volleyball right now. They consistently every year they're going to get one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 best players in the nation in the top 10. And I mean, you don't need no 90,000 seat sellout to have this go to be a continuous good team. I mean, they're just going to be a good team because we talked about this earlier, Strick. We talked about how they have their culture set up. And they got Jordan Larson on the bench with them. And I think they regularly have some of their All-Americans come back and be a part of their
present.
Part of their presence. So, man, listen, I'm interested to see how they're going to transition because obviously John Cook, he ain't going to be there forever. So I'm just wondering. I'm wondering who's the next coach. Is it Danny Busboom out of Louisville, or is it the assistant that's currently there now, who they say is really, really good? So, and obviously he's already here. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can continue this for another 20 years.
Before we get out of here, my thought process on it is they're a young team, right? Most young teams don't do what this young team is doing. I'm just being honest. So my thought process is having something on that level that then shows you that it kind of eases the anxiety of the nerves of your youth. It puts you on such a big scale that nothing can worry you or cause you to have a frame. You know,
not so fast, Strick. Not so fast, Strick. I disagree. I disagree with you.
That's what I was thinking.
This is why. If you look at the Penn State teams, there was times where Penn State would win 4 or 5 years in a row. And the only way you could do that is you have to have a lot of young players to be able to do that. And volleyball is one of those sports where young players, you can see it, they can come in and they can compete right now. I mean, how many years when you go back and look at All-American teams, it's littered with freshmen. It's littered with freshmen. So what they're able to do is put them in the right place. They're able to put them in the right places to be successful. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
That's good stuff.
Shout out to John Cook too, National Coach of the Year once again. 3 times, third time. You almost feel like that number should be higher. Just think about his tenure. That's only 3, but yeah, shout out to him. Obviously, I don't think there's any debate on him not deserving that award this year. He killed it. Shout out, and hopefully they still get that win tonight. Looks like I can't see from here. Quest, are they still up? We still got the lead on Pitt right now.
Yeah, they're up 11-7.
11-7.
All right.
11-7. Yeah.
Yeah, 11-7. But there's another segment of We Talk Facts, WTF. We will be back next week. Cluster, you may be in the building next week. So
I'm in the building. I'm in the building next week.
We hope to see you as well. Chime in, tap in, call in, text in. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to see you next week. We love you. We Talk Facts. We out of here.